Hey guys, what's up? Yokurama here. Today I'm here to bring you guys my anime review of La Storia della Arcana Famiglia. In short, Arcana Famiglia. Now this is a 12-episode romance shoujo action series that is produced by JC Staff. And before I get on to the review, I want to let you guys know straight up that I'm not a fan of this anime. Actually, I think that this is one of the worst anime of last year, or at least one of the most disappointing animes of last year. And I'll get into that a little bit more later. Now the story and the concept sound pretty damn interesting. It's about an organization known as the Arcana Famiglia, which is pretty much a mafia on this one trading island called Regalo. And this family is unique because they have these mystical powers known as Arcana that derive from these cards known as the tarot cards. And there's a bunch of different powers, and a lot of the higher ups in the family have different sort of abilities. And our three main characters all have different abilities as well. But in episode 1, the story starts off with a setup that the leader of the family, Mando, wants to choose a successor through a tournament called the Arcana Duello. And the winner does not just become the leader of the Arcana Famiglia, but he also wins the hand in marriage of Mando's daughter, Felicita. But Felicita, she doesn't want to get married, she wants to fall in love on her own, so she decides to take part in this tournament herself. But she's not the only one that wants her own freedom and her own love. Our other two main characters, Nova and Liberta, decide to fight for her freedom as well, so that she won't be some sort of trophy wife to the winner. Now that sounds pretty interesting, like the setup, like man, this is gonna be a nice tournament fighting anime about mafia and they have these powers. Oh man, I'm so excited. And that was my exact reaction after watching the first episode. And the reason why I say that this is one of the most, if not the most disappointing anime of 2012 is because after that first episode, the series goes completely downhill. There are a few like interesting moments, but it goes downhill and we don't get to the tournament until the last episode, episode 12, where they squeeze that whole tournament into one episode. The story is pretty much about Felicita, Liberta, and Nova and all their problems, and how Felicita keeps reading their mind and she keeps finding out about the past of Liberta that Liberta doesn't even remember completely, and about the troubled family of Nova. And I don't know, it just goes downhill. A lot of the stories are completely pointless, completely fillerish feeling. Like episode 3 is about them finding a cat and returning that cat to somebody. Like this reminds me of like the early Naruto days when Naruto just became a ninja and joined Team 7 with Sasuke, Sakura, under Kakashi. Honestly, the only interesting character of the series was Liberta because of his past, and still, that wasn't really dived into well enough for me to actually care. So honestly, this series has a pretty decent start, a pretty decent setup for the series, and it falls straight on its face, which is why it becomes one of the most disappointing anime of 2012. Honestly, my favorite part about this anime is probably the soundtrack, and more specifically the opening and ending. Even though this series sucked, I had to grab onto something, and I tended to never miss the opening or the ending. The animation was decent. I think it was average when it comes to animation nowadays. It wasn't horrible, it was animated fine. When there was like fight scenes and those flashbacks, it was decent, but nothing over the top. So my overall thoughts on the series is that it could have been something great, but it felt straight on its face. And do I recommend this anime? No, I do not recommend this anime at all, because it tricks you by the first episode that it's gonna be good, and it slaps you in the face in episode 2. So I don't recommend it, so either take my word for it or try it out for yourself. But yeah guys, if you have watched this anime, let me know in the comment section below what you guys thought of it. You guys agreed? You guys disagree? Looking forward to reading that. And if you guys are gonna check this anime out, make sure you come back and let me know what you guys thought of it afterwards. Very interested to see your guys' opinion. Make sure you guys like this video if you guys want to support the channel or the video. I'd very much appreciate that. And also subscribe to the channel if you guys want to see more anime reviews, chapter reviews, and a lot of other anime content. A lot more on the way. I'm Yokurama, and baby, I'm out. Peace!